I have not been super active on YouTube this week. I feel like I had plans for all these videos and shorts and stuff that I wanted to do, but it's been really hard for me to focus. So I thought I would just take you with me as I do some shipping. We can hang out and just kind of talk about what's been on my mind and what has been selling for me, which is not a whole lot. Like, it's been okay, but we'll talk, and I don't know, let me know if you enjoy this style of video.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body treatments for your neck.
Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park and I'm a part-time reseller on a variety of reselling platforms. And like I said earlier in today's video, we're going to pull some stuff that has sold for me in the last 24 hours or so. Today is Friday. It is March 4th, I want to say. Tomorrow is Saturday, and it is my daughter's last gymnastics meet of the season before she goes to state, because she actually qualified for state, which is super duper amazing. And so I am trying to accomplish a couple things. I need to do shipping for today's sales because obviously I'm not going to be able to do it tomorrow morning, which is usually when I would get out my Friday sales. I wanted to plan out my YouTube content for next week. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about why I am going to really focus on bread and butter for the foreseeable future, just because I feel like it's what people are going to be shopping for right now. I feel like, given everything that's going on in the world, like, I just don't feel like a lot of people are out there searching for like luxury items. I know for me personally, when I heard that Russia had invaded Ukraine, the first thing I did was I turned to my husband and I was like, we need to stock up on water. Like, that was my first instinct, was that we need to create a stockpile, and I don't know. And so for me, not that I ever really spent a lot of money on clothes or, that sort of thing, but I feel like even more than usual, I'm thinking more practically, and yeah, I don't know. And beyond that, like I said, I've been very distracted. I've been spending a lot of time and energy just kind of watching the news and, just kind of focused on what's happening overseas. It's been really hard to get my mind off of that. So in some ways it feels good to sit down and film and do some kind of normal things. But yeah, so I don't know. My mind's all over the place. But I just spent some time filling out this little paper. This is like from the Happy Planner. I do love Happy Planner, but I have been using, I feel like, fancy like planning products less and less. But it's a little insert called Get Social, and it allows you to kind of do some content planning. So you write out like what it is that you're planning for. So here's YouTube, here's like YouTube Shorts and polls, here's Instagram and Facebook. This is for my reselling YouTubers course Facebook group that I have. And so I was just kind of planning out what I'm going to be doing next week. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Obviously the content that I make is for you guys, so I'd love to hear from you just kind of what you're interested in seeing and what your favorite content is in terms of reseller content. But I was just kind of filling that out, and also just kind of finishing up the launch for my next mentorship group to my, course on how to grow your YouTube channel about reselling. And the last day for signups for that is going to be this coming Sunday. So if you were interested, I'll have the link down below. And that way, if you needed help growing your YouTube channel, this is a great way to do it. It's a great course. Plus, you get to take the course with a group of people and just kind of learn how to YouTube together with a community, which I love building community. That's kind of my thing. And so if that's interesting to you, definitely check out the link below with a few different options as far as how you can take the course. If you're not ready to take it in March, I do offer it every other month, so it won't be available in April, but you could take it again in May. So right now what I'm going to do though is I'm going to figure out what I need to ship. I have kind of my little like area here. There's kind of a lot going on, and it's kind of really messy over there, but I'll show you anyway. So you can see like the white table right there. That's my standing desk, and that is where right now there's just a bunch of crap, but that's where I do some of my shipping. And then I have like this table here I'm filming myself on my phone and on my camera. Look at that. This desk right here is where I do some shipping stuff too. This is my drink that I've been trying. It's one of those like green drinks with like matcha and stuff. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I will let you know in a little bit. But yeah, my laptop and my Dymo label printer are here. So what I'm going to do right now is I have my little Happy Planner notebook. I swear I'm not sponsored by Happy Planner. They have no idea who I am. If they did, I would try to get a lot of free stuff from them, but they don't know who I am. So what I do is in here, I write down everything that's sold, and I write down like the inventory number for my bins. So what I'm going to do first is just write down what's sold on what platform, what bin it's in. I'll also show you what I've been doing in List Perfectly as a way to keep track of all of my numbers, like for real, and I'll show you that in a second too. All right, so I'm going to show you how I end listings using List Perfectly. You might be able to see in the top right-hand corner that a bunch of new tabs are opening. And you might also be saying, but Becky, why do you have 8,000 tabs open to begin with? Because that's how I roll. So let's look at how this works. So what happened is I sold this pair of Lululemon leggings, and so what I did was I ended the listing using List Perfectly. And so these tabs right here are that Lululemon listing on these different platforms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Poshmark. Now I do get the question pretty often, what do you do when you relist an item? Because when you relist an item, you actually get like a brand new item number for that listing. And so when you have that listing native in List Perfectly, it actually doesn't work anymore because it's no longer the same item number. Does that make sense? Let me just show you. So when I go to List Perfectly, this pair of Lululemon leggings, you'll notice that at the bottom where it says inventory and sales, it's going to tell you the item number for each specific platform. The issue is, on any given platform, when you relist an item, it becomes a brand new listing with a new listing number. And so what I should do is when I relist an item, I should grab that new item number and paste it in here after I delete the old one. I don't do that, however, because I'll show you what I do. If I go back, what you'll notice is, well, first of all, let me just go ahead and delete. So this one already deleted from Mercari Perfectly because this was never relisted in Mercari. If you look at Poshmark, however, you'll notice it says it didn't find an active listing. And that tells me, hey, there is actually a listing still for those pair of leggings. So what I'm going to do is, using my new favorite feature that Poshmark finally came out with, I can type in something to look for in my Poshmark closet. So these leggings right here sold on eBay, and they sold for real cheap, but that's because they're such an old style of legging. They're actually leggings that I wore. Did I make a sale? No. Okay, so they did not get deleted in the normal way from eBay because it was an eBay sale, so that's fine. Facebook Marketplace, it's saying, hey, we did not find a listing for this, which means I relisted it at some point. So I'm going to go into selling. I'm going to type Lululemon. And what you'll notice is right here, there are my leggings. So I can go ahead and delete. While I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and renew all these guys. Facebook does make it kind of easy for you to be able to renew listings and delete and relist listings in bulk, which is really nice, but I'm just doing it like that. Okay, Kitizen, it deleted, and Shopify, it deleted. So what's going to happen is when I refresh my List Perfectly Lululemon search, when I look for those leggings, it's gonna appear as if it did not delete on eBay, Poshmark, and Facebook. It's sold on eBay, so that makes sense. But you watch me manually go ahead and delete it from Poshmark and Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and just deselect those. And now what I'm going to do is right here, I am going to enter in how much it sold for, how much I paid for shipping, my fees, all that good stuff so that I can see my profit. So once I ship, I'm going to put this information in and I'll show you why. First, let me save this. I'm going to update that. The reason why is because List Perfectly actually has a sales analytics sheet. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Most of my Mercari sales are not in here yet, and I don't have all of my eBay or Poshmark. Actually, most of my Poshmark sales are not in here yet either. That's why right now it looks like most of my sales have come from eBay, because I have been taking a little bit of time every day to take all of my sales from eBay and put them into List Perfectly the way that I should be doing. As you can see, it looks like I have made almost no Poshmark sales, which is kind of true, but I've made a lot more than this. I just haven't put them in yet. And so I've been doing a little bit every day. And when I decided, I want to say like in late February, that I was going to use this feature of List Perfectly, when I decided that, I started being very vigilant about making sure that I was putting in my sales information so that it would show up here. But I have a lot of going back in and some work to do in terms of figuring this out. But what I like about this is it is, a sales analytics report, and it shows you all of your sales. It shows you your cost of goods, your shipping costs, your fees, and other costs, how much profit you've made so far. You can download it as a CSV. You can go in and like edit stuff as if you were looking at it as a CSV. A lot of really cool things that you can do with this. And what I like about it is it has all of your information in one place, which I think is just really cool. But what I really like about this is at the end of the year, I'm going to be able to pull my report and give it to my accountant, and it's going to be so easy because all the information is going to be in one spot. You can also kind of filter by like dates. You can filter by brand. You can search by category. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can look at this. So I'm going to keep writing down what's sold and go ahead and pull all of that stuff. Here's what I just realized though. One of the things that sold, the Lululemon leggings, I never wrote down an inventory number for them, so we are going to have to search for them in every bin. So some Athleta pants just sold after some intense negotiations, but I was able to use my closet clear out method to get her to finally agree to a somewhat reasonable price. I mean, she still got a killer deal, so let me go pull those really quick. Okay, so something sold to a viewer named Angeline. I actually showed these in a recent haul video of stuff that I got in a wholesale box, and it was a really fun haul video. It was like items A through Z, so there were 26 items, one piece per letter of the alphabet, and this was, I think, what I used for the letter F, maybe for like floral, but it was this really pretty floral denim jacket by Level 99. I sold this to Angeline for, I want to say $30 or $35. So I'm going to get this shipped out to her right now. Super excited about that. So this is one of those instances where it actually is cheaper to ship it out priority mail versus through a padded flat rate envelope because it's going so close. I live in Illinois. This is going to Missouri. So since it's not traveling that far, it actually only costs $8.05 to ship this out, even though it weighs like 1 pound and 4 ounces using pirate ship versus if I were to ship it out in a padded flat rate envelope, which would be $8.45. So I'm glad I checked both ways. It's not a huge savings, but it's going to get there in the same amount of time, and it is going to cost a little bit less. Every amount that you can save, I'm here for that. So I'm going to get this ready to go, and we will get it shipped out to Angeline. So Angeline, thank you so much. Throw my card in there. one package down. I think I got like 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go. So earlier I said that I was going to talk a little bit about what it is that I am going to kind of focus on selling. And obviously it's not like I'm going to go out and source anytime soon because I have a ton of inventory from the recent reseller buyout that I did, or like the wholesale buy that I did. I have, I want to say, I can't remember. I have it written down somewhere. I'll put it here. This many items from that. I'm also going to be doing a local consignment sale and just trying to get rid of some stuff there that maybe like Play-Dohs didn't take. I'm just going to try it and see what happens. It is kind of a lot of work, you know, at one time because you have to like price everything and you know, you have to bring all the stuff there, but it's like, I'm going to be going to the sale anyway. It's my favorite pop-up consignment store, so I may as well try to sell some stuff while I'm there. So I have a lot of stuff to get ready for, but what I am really going to be focusing on, and what I'm kind of thankful that a lot of the pieces that I have in my house right now are, it's all kind of like necessities, bread and butter, because I really think that's the kind of stuff people are going to be shopping for. So, you know, things like kids clothes. I have a ton of kids clothes that I'm not super excited about listing, but I also understand that like this is actually a really good time to be listing that kind of stuff, because that's the kind of stuff that people are looking to buy online secondhand because they can get it cheaper. And right now people are just a little bit more uncertain about spending a lot of money on things that they don't need, but they do need kids clothes for when their kids are outgrowing their existing clothes. So that's the kind of stuff I'm going to be listing online. For example, these are like, they're Athleta. They're not workout pants. I wish I had shown you, but they're like moto pants. You could wear them to work, you could wear them casually, but they are a little bit more of a necessity. Like people need pants. These are very versatile pants that you could wear, you know, pretty much anywhere. And so I think that's one of the reasons why something like that sold. And as I pull, you know, some of the other things that sold, I think you'll start to see that nothing is super luxurious or exciting or trendy or anything like that, but it gets the job done. It's something that maybe people need, and I really think that that's what is going to be selling the most right now. So let me get this in the bag. This is what just sold a few minutes ago using Closet Clear Out, and I'll show you the next item. So next up we have this Ann Taylor 100% cashmere sweater. I think this sold for like $28 or something like that. Again, I think that this is something that is very classic for the workplace, and so I'm not surprised that it sold. It's not anything flashy. It's not anything super trendy, but it is a classic, timeless piece in 100% cashmere. It's in like a really nice springy color, I would say, in this kind of like turquoise. So I think that probably helped it sell. And cashmere is warm while still being lightweight. I don't know about you, but where I work at my school, I have my own office, but it is always the wrong temperature. So right now is kind of a weird season. We're like going back and forth from like 20 degrees to 60 degrees. But when it's really nice out, it is freezing in my office. And when it is like negative 20 degrees outside, it is like 80 degrees in my office. So I can never dress for the weather, but 100% cashmere sweater is perfect for, you know, just kind of those weird offices where it's always cold when it's not supposed to be and that kind of stuff. So this one sold over on Poshmark as well. I'm going to put that in this, what is this called? The 1096 long box. I do like using this box whenever I have an item that'll fit in there. And this is going to Nancy. So not that I have a choice in the matter, but even if I did, I think I would honestly kind of double down on purchasing necessities to resell and kind of sourcing things like denim and shoes, and even with shoes, like kind of more practical shoes, like maybe staying away from heels. You know, even like mall brands, I'm not ever opposed to selling them because especially when money is tight. People are more willing to spend money on mall brands because these are brands that they know and are loyal to and trust. They know how the sizing works. They know, that certain sizes are going to fit them every single time. Whereas people are maybe a little bit more hesitant to try a new brand, especially on a reselling platform like Poshmark, let's say, because, they don't allow for returns based on things like fit. And so people are a little bit more weary at the prospect of spending a lot of money on a brand that they've never tried before, knowing that if it doesn't fit, they're not going to be able to return it. I know I'm not personally in a position where I'm looking to try new luxury brands that, again, I can't try on and then return if it doesn't fit me. And so, I don't know. I'm okay with just kind of sticking with mall brands, sticking with things that people are super comfortable and familiar with, because that's how I would be shopping too if I were even really in a place where I was shopping for clothes right now. This is a 2-piece bikini from Rampage. Not a great brand, but a friend gave it to me to resell. I think it sold for under $10, and it's one of those things that I was just very happy to get out. This is, I think, the kind of thing that people are buying for vacations and for just getting ready for the summer and that sort of thing. So again, kind of a necessity. Like, you can't really swim without a swimsuit. So this is an eBay sale, so I do need to measure it and do all that stuff. And then, like I had said earlier, I will show you how I put that information into List Perfectly so that it can track for me exactly how much profit I made on that. Let me know if you've been selling a lot of swimsuits lately. I personally don't love selling swimsuits. I don't really have, I've never really found great swimsuits where I live, great swimsuit brands. I find just not great swimsuits, and so I usually get burned and end up holding on to swimsuits forever and ever, so I've just stopped picking them up. But again, I was given this for free from a friend. I feel like swimsuits could be one of those things that are not too difficult to find doing like retail arbitrage, but I don't care to. This is a pair of Lululemon leggings that I actually wore a while ago. I bought them on Poshmark a long time ago, and then I just went ahead and listed them because I don't wear them anymore. They're like basically low rise, and just, yeah, I just never reached for them. So I think they sold for like $19.90. It just goes to show that just because something is of a particular brand, you should not pick up everything based off of brand. If I saw this at the thrift store, I would leave it behind because I know it's not going to sell for that much. It's not a very popular style right now, with it being cropped, with it being low rise, with it being all the things that it is. So I'm just happy to be able to move them and make some of my money back. And I think workout clothes is still something that is worth picking up. I think it's still an essential. I think even when the world isn't certain, people are still going to work out. And so if you are finding good athletic wear at your thrifts and wherever it is that you source, I think it's still a good thing to pick up. I would consider it a necessity still. So there's that one. I think this is the last one that I had to package up, and then I just have to weigh these two, print out my eBay labels, and then we'll go ahead and put that information into List Perfectly. I'm going to weigh these two little tiny bags. By the way, my little weight and my Dymo, I do have down in the description below if you ever wanted to look into getting any of those shipping supplies. I would say if you wanted to sell on eBay, getting a small shipping scale is an absolute necessity. Like, you have to know how much things weigh in order to sell on eBay. And the shipping scale that I use, I'll show it to you. It's this Accutech. It costs very little. So this little guy weighs 4 ounces. I'm just going to go ahead and write it right on the bag, and right over that I'm going to put the label anyway, so they won't even see that. This one is about 7 ounces, so I'll just put 0.7 there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that information into eBay. So let's do that together. Okay, so the leggings were 7 ounces. These were 4. So my shipping came out to $381 for the leggings and $342 for the swimsuit, mainly because I think the swimsuit is going a little bit further away. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase those shipping labels, print them out using my handy dandy Dymo here, as you will see in a second when this goes through. It's so nice and fast, and they print out in the size that I need them. I'll slap them on, and then I'll show you how I put the information into List Perfectly. just being extra careful about putting the right label on the right package because I don't want to ship the wrong thing to the wrong person, especially on eBay. That would be awful. Get that on there. All right, so let me just show you now, last but not least, how I put this information into List Perfectly so that I have all of my sales information in one spot. All right, so for the Lululemon leggings, I have them right here. I have that they just sold on eBay, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to the drop down menu for inventory and sales. So here you can see it says total sold price, shipping, fees, and other costs, and the date sold. So already, like I said, it says it's sold and it's sold on eBay, but I'm going to go ahead and put in that information in regards to like how much it sold for, what my fees were, all that kind of stuff. So what I need to go to is all of my orders on eBay, and I want to go to literally all of them. And probably the most recent one will be the Lululemon leggings. So I'm going to click right here on the total. And here I can see how much they sold for and how much I had charged for shipping. So how much they had paid in total. So I was able to sell these for $19.90. That was an offer that I had sent out to watchers, but then I also charged $4 for shipping. So the buyer paid $23.90. However, I paid this much for shipping right here, as you can see. So I'm going to say $23.90 for the amount that they paid me and this for my shipping cost. So let me go back into List Perfectly. They paid $23.90. Shipping cost me $3.81. And in order to see what my fees are on this item, all I have to do is go over here to fund status and it'll say see payment details. If I click on that, then you'll see right here exactly how much you had to pay in fees, including if you have promoted listings or anything like that, it'll show you how much you paid in promoted fees as well. But I just had to pay fees for this particular item without any, promoted fees or anything like that. So my fees for these leggings was $3.37. So I can go in here, my fees were $3.37, and you can see right here that my profit was $16.72 because I had no cost of goods. That's because, again, I had purchased these a while ago for myself, and so I'm saying that my cost of goods was $0. If I did have a cost of goods in there, I'll show you how it just automatically shows you what the price is. Let's say I had spent $5 on these. It changed that profit to $11.72, but my cost of goods was $0, and so that is my profit. And so I can press update, and now that information is going to be updated for my sales report. All right, so was this the most exciting video? Yes, it was. No, it was not. But hopefully you enjoyed hanging out with me as I did a little shipping, as I did a little search and rescue mission for those Lululemon leggings that I just could not find because I never wrote down the SKU number because I'm a bad little reseller. And I'm hoping that sales are picking up for you. I am seeing a steady increase in sales. It's like slow, but the chart is moving up. I'm definitely seeing an increase on eBay, and I'm definitely also seeing an increase in slightly more expensive pieces selling. And by slightly more expensive, I mean like $25, $30. I did sell a pair of $90 shoes the other day. I sold a pair of jeans for like $60. So, I mean, people are still spending money. People have money to spend. I just think people are going to start to be more careful with their money because we just don't know what's going on in the world. And we've watched stocks go like this, and everything is just so uncertain right now. And a lot of times when that is the case, people spend a little bit more frugally and carefully because they're just unsure. They're unsure and they don't know what they should be doing with their money. So that's kind of my strategy, is really lean in on the necessities, lean in on mall brands, on bread and butter, that sort of thing. If I were outsourcing, that's what I would personally be focusing on when it comes to picking up items to resell. But yeah, let me know what your strategy is right now during these times of unrest and uneasiness and just uncertainty. All of the uns, let me know, how you're sourcing, and kind of what your business looks like right now. I'm very curious to know. So thank you so much for hanging out. If you enjoyed hanging out with me in this way, make sure to hit that like button. By the way, huge shout out to Sandra. She's the first person to buy me a coffee, and she bought me 3 of them. You are such a sweetheart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did just kind of like sneakily just throw that in my description. I do not expect anyone to ever, buy anything from me or buy me a coffee or anything like that. If you wanted to, the only reason I went ahead and set up an account is because I had a number of people say that I should, because they wanted to thank me in some way, and I didn't want people to feel like they had to just buy stuff from my stores as a way to thank me, when they don't actually need anything that I'm selling. So if you wanted to buy me a coffee, I guess there's a link down there. But Sandra, thank you so much for seeing the link and buying me a coffee. I really appreciate it. So again, that is all for today. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.